What's up, everybody? Your boy Ike Feldman back for another Octagon. It's been a minute. I know this. You know this, but I'm back. And what better week to be back than for UFC 266 and the return of Nick Diaz? And as you can see, it isn't the return of just Nick Diaz, but your boy Ike has returned with a nice little getup or setup going with the nice studio sounding microphone, nice studio looking camera. Life is good. God is good. Everything's been good. Oh, and whoopsies. Behind me is spoiler alert. I work for NBC Sports now. So as I said, things were brewing in the background. I was not lying to you. And things are always brewing. Life is great. I love my baby boy. I love my wife. I love my family, friends, associates. Truly blessed, truly lucky. So let's talk about some fights. So let's talk about the fights. Um, it's been a while since I've played this guy. If I got a whole new setup, folks. Not joking.
It's time to step inside the Octagon with your host, Ike Feldman.
Yo, that minute and 30 seconds didn't happen just before. This is the Octagon first recording. Let it roll out. Guys, life is good. Life is beautiful. I hope you are balancing everything in your life. Work, sleep, partying, play, focus, exercise. Hope you're exercising your demons. Hope everything is good with you. Hope everything is good with the people around you. Enjoy life. Enjoy everything. Be happy. Try to be happy. Don't look for the glass half empty because then you're going to be thirsty. Look for the glass half full. This looks very half full to me and I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying this show and I'm very happy to be here with you guys. Your boy got a job with one of the biggest media companies in the world, formerly with one of the biggest media companies in the world at CBS. And then I jumped to the Octagon and now NBC Sports, and I will continue to do the Octagon. The let me take this off so I don't distract you guys too much. There. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it rizzy. And Shure microphones, I hope you and X Tech, hope you guys take advantage of these sponsors. Your logos will be taped and covered the next recording. But shout outs to Shure. I tried to build the CBS radio studio home base as well as I could. I replicated the squeaky chairs. I have my beer and a Shure microphone. So away we go. The new Octagon is underway and life is good, guys. I'm so happy. You have no idea. I'm so blessed. People say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm like, oh, can't complain. They're like, oh, neither can I. But when I see you, I'm going to after this, I'm going to complain. I truly cannot complain about anything. Life is excellent, amazing. And I'll figure out the lag. I feel like there's some lag on this, but whatever. Life is good. And Just got done recording a guest spot with, oh my gosh, even thinking about it's exhausting. A guest spot with my boy Stephen Ricciardi or Riccardi, something like that. And Drew Jitsu, my new friend, my new boy. He seems cool. I tried to give a couple of jabs, verbal jabs, but they seemed very they could take they could take a shot. I don't know if they could take my best shot, but we'll see. And we have a couple of bets going, and bets that will continue to go on and on and on. I am a combat sports analyst and betting expert for NBC Sports. So, as much as I've maybe recently haven't been on top of making picks inside the Octagon episodes, you guys know in the past, excellent pick percentages, which started on Outside the Cage, CBS, and then rolled into Mike Francesa's Mike's app when I was an MMA contributor and I got to make picks frequently. Did pretty well, did really well. And then I rolled into the Octagon pick segments, Ike's Likes, as I called it, and did pretty well there too. So yeah, they hired me not only because of my good words and funny anecdotes, but because I know what I'm doing when it comes to fight breakdown and analysis. I like to have fun and relax and take it easy when it comes to fight breakdown verbally, not in print or maybe solo. I will get detailed, but when you're in a group of two or more people on a video StreamYard, a Zoom, a Skype, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Spaces, which is actually really cool. Check that out. Instagram Live. Keep it loose. Keep it loose. I think if we get into the back and forth analytical things, then we have like NFL Live. And that's where everybody has 20 to 30 seconds, so they have to be sharp. In podcast form, there are the exceptions where you can just spew 2-minute fight breakdown takes and still be locked in. And that is the best and only person I look to for that, which is Mr. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is gonna be missed. Is gonna be missed. Oh, Joe Rogan, I love you. No, not because he died. Joe Rogan is well. All you haters that wished COVID on him and even wished it to be worse on him, go fuck yourselves. Joe Rogan is living, thriving, doing his thing. And Joe Rogan's 2-minute spewing of takes or fight breakdown, some of the most beautiful takedown you could hear, beautiful fight commentary that you will ever hear commentating on a fight. That's why I love the UFC pay-per-views that take place inside of the United States, because you get Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan does not travel, I believe since 2016, does not travel outside of the US for pay-per-views. Even in the height of the pandemic, even at the start of sporting events coming back, UFC 249, Joe Rogan made the trip from Los Angeles down to Jacksonville, Florida, to be there for the return of the UFC in May of 2020, you know. But I think we all took Joe Rogan for granted. And now that ESPN owns the UFC, Joe Rogan knows what's going on. He knows how many billions of dollars is behind the Disney machine. So Joe Rogan is not going to be on the commentary desk. Is it commentary or commentary? He's not going to be on the he's not going to be calling the fight. He's not going to be in the building. He's on a hunting trip. And that's sad because, as I said, he's the best in the game. I know he loves his commentary. Excuse me. I know he loves his podcast. I know he loves his what do you call it? Stand-up comedy. But newsflash, Joe Rogan, those aren't your fortes. Your forte is a combination of your comedy and your podcast, which, and your podcast also is serious takes. So, comedy, serious takes combined with breakdowns, you get word. No, you get Joe Rogan on the UFC desk. And it's sad because I think they should charge less. If Joe Rogan's not on the desk, I think they should charge $5 to $10 less. I'm not only tuning in to see great epic title fights and the return of Nick Diaz this Saturday, but I look forward to hear Joe Rogan. You know, he's funny, he's smart, he's informal. He helped elevate the sport from a hardcore, you got it, if you don't know what you know, then you can't watch this fight sport. He helped bring it from a non-casual sport to a casual sport. And it's not only because of Connor or Dana, the Fertitas, WME, and R. Emanuel. It is because of Joe Rogan's words, who's been on every broadcast for however long. And then they bring in John Anik, Daniel Cormier, Dominic Cruz, Michael Bisping, Paul Felder. They're all fighting. Joe Rogan called their entire UFC careers. Think about that. Joe Rogan called the entire UFC careers the plights of Daniel Cormier, Paul Felder, Dominic Cruz, Michael Bisping. I think that's all their uh, color analysts. Joe Rogan called the careers of all those fighters. He's called the UFC for so long that those guys went from starting in the UFC to now learning and taking classes and being fellow commentators. That's how long Joe Rogan's commentated. He's commentated it so long that he had hair in 1997, since how long he commentated. And it goes without saying, the sport would not be what it is today without each and every one of those aforementioned pieces, including Joe Rogan. So Joe Rogan will be missed. He was not at UFC 265. He's now not at UFC 266. And what's going on? Eddie Bravo got to him. Eddie Bravo's like, no, the Hempfield's dead. You got to get out of there. Joe, if they know you're going to be at 265, they can track you, man. Joe Rogan, I think, is missing back-to-back events, not because of location, not because of demographics, not because he wouldn't get paid. It's because he's not getting paid enough. So this is a power play by Mr. Spotify, Joe Rogan, Mr. $100 million, Mr. UFC, Mr. Netflix, Mr. I can yell at my producer for anything, Rogan. I'm not saying he does, but he can. That's the type of money he has. He's got so much money that now you can just morph into being a dick, and it's okay. No, it's okay. He's got a lot of money. Let him be a dick. That's what I hate. On an anecdote about talent in media, man, the more talent you have, the more power you have, the less you have to care about anybody beside yourself. How crazy is that? It just exhausts me. It's exhausting talking about it, talking about how these talents, I hate the word talent. Everybody's talented. Oh, his talent pays more. Okay, that's it. Joe Rogan has the type of money that he can tell the president to go fuck himself. So he's doing well. And I think that president is of Disney. And Joe Rogan is saying, F you, Mr. UFC, F you, Mr. Disney, or Mrs. Could be Minnie Mouse, not just Mickey. He's doing his own thing. And God bless him, he's earned that. He's on that right. like John Jones not fighting Francis Ngannou, like Nick Diaz not fighting for all these years, the only people that lose out, not the talent, Nick Diaz, Joe Rogan, not management, Dana White, UFC brass, Hunter Campbell. Those people don't lose out. You know who loses out? The fans, the only fans that matter. That's right. We are the only fans. We are the only fans that matter. And it's disappointing that Disney or UFC, from what Ariel says, UFC controls all of the talent's contracts. So this is, I guess, a UFC and Joe Rogan problem, which you would figure that Dana White and Joe Rogan could figure it out. We will see. And hopefully they do for 268 because he's not going to 267 because that's in Abu Dhabi. So we'll see Joe Rogan. Maybe. I think he has a comedy show booked in Madison Square Garden November 5th. So he will be in New York this time. He's not in Las Vegas doing a comedy show. It'd be weird if he does a comedy show the night before UFC 268 in the same building and then doesn't commentate. I mean, God bless him. He can just stay in the city, enjoy his time in the city. New York is the greatest city in the world. It's the capital of the world. He can enjoy his time, obviously rent any type of hotel he wants, overseeing anything with his family and enjoy New York, enjoy his stay, go to the big city because now he is a Texas boy. So Joe Rogan is the A side. So remember, the only people that lose are us. So guys, it's us versus them. Joe Rogan, please come back. But the biggest story of this week is Nick Diaz returning. Holy moly. Fight weight changes for him. It's been 6 years. He fought Anderson Silva. Guys, you know the story. You know the history. You're tuning in for Nick Diaz. He's the third fight down in the main card. He gets a 5-round fight in his return. They make these rules for the Diaz brothers. Nick Diaz, I believe he's going to make it to the final bell of the fight. I don't believe he's going to win it. I think he's doing it for the wrong reasons. You guys should go check this out. He sat down with Ariel Helwani around UFC 244 when his brother Nate fought and lost to Jorge Masvidal. And he did an interview. He did not seem completely sober, nor coherent, man, nor present. I don't know. He was fucked up on the mic. He was fucked up. That was it. He was fucked up. And it's one of the most rambling interviews. It's like it's like the Kanye West album, Yeezus. You listen to it so many times that you finally figure out the direction that the artist was trying to go. And it's like, okay, I get it. That interview was so convoluted, zigzaggy, crisscrossy. It was very hard to understand and figure out which way Nick Diaz was going with things. It seemed like he had a lot of pressure and a lot of things built up that he wanted to get out in 1 hour long sit down. Ariel Helwani admitted that they cut like 45 minutes off it. They did a good job. It was still jump cutty, but I got the gist of it. He seemed really upset that Nate Diaz was kicked in the face and was called out by Jorge Masvidal, who was talking. I mean, as fighters do, they were talking a lot of shit before the fight. Nick Diaz was not receptive to that and was very upset, but was looking at the positives in his life, which was that he was very close at that time to opening a gym in West Hollywood, born and raised. He used to be a Southside boy in the back in the day, but now he's a West Hollywood product, or so he thought. And then when you see the interview 2 years later with Brett Okamoto, coherent, present, sober, he's very upset. And it seems like he was fucked over for not opening that gym. And is he taking a 7-figure payday to get that gym open? Is he opening the gym for the right, taking this fight for the right reasons? Well, if he is taking the fight to open the gym, if he's taking the fight to have enough money to open the gym and expand his horizons, that seems like an honorable enough reason for him to get the win. I really truly believe that the truth comes out on fight night, but it doesn't necessarily mean he could get both. He can fight and get the gym open. He's going to get 7 figures, win or lose. So I think Nick Diaz fights, loses, but opens his gym. He's happy. Maybe he comes back. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants to do a trilogy with Robbie Lawler, which would be great, which gives him more cage time, more reps. It seems like the division is kind of in a standstill. Kamaru Usman is lapping fighters. He beat Jorge Masvidal. He's probably going to beat Colby Covington. He's not going to fight Gilbert Burns again. He's not going to fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He beat Leon Edwards. He might beat him again if Leon just figures out social media. It seems like Nick Diaz will have enough time, even if he loses, to pursue a title before he's 40. I believe he's 38. So if he goes, loses this, but comes back next summer, say June, July, he could fight 2 times next year, June, July. If he wins 2 next year, he'll be fighting for a title. So it's a win-win for Nick Diaz. He gets the money regardless. And I think he's going to enjoy it. He's get to test new skills. He gets to feel the excitement of a fight. Leading up to it, he is an anxious mess. It's not sad. It's not sad. Nobody's breaking his arm to do this, but it's revealing and it's honest, which is refreshing for a fighter of his caliber, for a fighter who's considered as tough as he is, to be that honest and admit his fears, his anxiety. What is he doing there? It's amazing. It really is amazing. So I think Lawler is fired up. He's pissed off about the first loss. I think he can he's kind of sweeping it under the rug that he's not fired up, that he doesn't want to avenge the loss, that he's not pissed about the last minute changes of weight. That's definitely a lie. Lawler is pissed off. He's going to come out guns blazing. Diaz will survive the onslaught. And I see Robbie winning a decision. I'll get into the rest of the UFC 266 card tomorrow. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a taste, the crust. I'll give you a full slice and more, baby, tomorrow. So that's it. If you guys want the fresh, the hot stuff off the press, go to the Jersey Boys MMA feed. Strong Island represented. Those fools are going down. I don't think they understand. I think they underestimate the Octagon and Strong Island. So your boy represented, held his own. Third person talk will end now. Your boy is out. Peace. I gotta find the end button. Peace. Okay, I clicked it and meaningful. Okay, peace.